Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins taking on Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. The excitement brewing here in South Florida. As a moment ago, the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. Hi, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Bills, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. The Dolphins ready to go to work on offense, led by their second-year quarterback out of Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
To absolutely no one's surprised, the Dolphins did invest a high first-round pick, number 5 overall, to draft Tua in 2020. I think that most people would say that his rookie year had plenty of positives, but it was sprinkled with a few negatives as well. Remember, he controversially took over for Ryan Fitzpatrick during the open week prior to Week 8. Miami did go 6-3 in his starts from that time, but he had to get rescued a few times in games by Fitzmagic. And in his own words, he called his rookie year below average. I don't think the franchise believes that, but they're looking forward to seeing him improve.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On the handoff, it's Gaskin. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the return will stop right around the 25. So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one bit. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. This is Gaskin on the carry. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run now with Gaskin. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40. A play fake for Gaskin. Now Tua. He gets this complete to Shaheen, the tight end. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Play action, now it's Tua. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Here's Gaskin. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. Second down at 7. Here's Tua. Quickly into the hands of Fuller. And they'll get this down to the 10. From the 10, first and goal. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. A.J. Epinesa able to get him for a loss of about 3. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They get 5 on the run, but it leaves them with a tough 3rd and goal forthcoming. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rounding, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
So here come the Bills for their first go on offense, led by their Pro Bowl quarterback. Now in his 4th season, it's Josh Allen.
And he comes off a tough opening matchup. Threw way too many interceptions in that game. Definitely not the way you want to kick off a new season. So he said to himself, I've got to throw that game out. I'm going to get a fresh start right here in week 2.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And he whips that one incomplete there. This defense for the Dolphins, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Allen, he's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Here's Devin Singletary. He played in this state at Florida Atlantic. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 62 yards, and a touchdown.
I was so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they were doing gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was working. And they expect more of the same in this game, although they're prepared for some adjustments by the defense they expect to see.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 4th down, on is the former Dolphin Matt Hawk to punt for Buffalo. Back deep for Miami, Jalen Waddle. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Miami set to take over. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Oh, what a move. Still fighting. He's at the 40, 20, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Dolphins strike quickly here for 6 points. What do coaches tell us all the time, CD? We've got to get our playmakers more involved. And certainly running with the football is one way, and it paid off right there.
And you're talking about paying off to great effect. How about the big explosive play that was a result of that play call? Big-time execution on that one.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing now is Allen, and he fires one incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. 2nd and 10. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Singletary. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offense coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
I like this young guy out of Ole Miss in his 3rd year with Buffalo. Prototypical size for a tight end, 6'4", 254. I thought 2020 would be a big year for him. I do think it will happen in 2021.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 36. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. And brought down, but not 25. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Throwing on first down is Allen. A quick throw going to be caught by Diggs. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Allen. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Jalen Phillips brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Touchdown, Bills! Dawson Knox, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bills draw a bit closer.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Now the try here for the point after. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. A 10-play drive that time, and it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. After the touchdown pass to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Dolphins ready to take over on offense. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. 2nd and 2. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now Tua. Finding Gaskin underneath. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. So Tua making the completion there. What's different about playing a left-handed quarterback like him? And specifically, I guess, what does this defense need to try and take away?
I'll take the first part that you asked about being left-handed. We've got to find out if he can move to his right and still continue to be accurate. So I want to push him in that direction and see if he can get his body squared around and make those throws that he's used to making. The next part is he's
to a hit, and the ball is out. Giants 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From midfield, here's Tua. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man. (10-7) our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. So on 4th down, the Dolphins' new punter for 2021, Michael Pilardi, on to punt. As he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Singletary. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. And sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
They'll run on 1st down. Singletary. 44 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Meanwhile, Allen's throw caught by Sanders. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And he's in his 12th NFL season, and he's crafty, he's savvy, he's a guy who competes for the ball. 61 catches with New Orleans last year. Very happy to be in Buffalo. A big reason why? The young quarterback, Josh Allen.
Allen off the play fake. And finding Emmanuel Sanders here. And he's brought down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
On first down, Allen. Left side here to Sanders. Five yards remain on second down. This is Breida on the draw. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Allen to throw it. This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with a throw to the safety valve, and it's 4th down. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. Tua and the rest of the Dolphin offense heading back out. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well. But the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. From the gun, it's Tua. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
To throw again on 2nd down. Tua. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Looking to pass. Tua. And that is incomplete. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
Yeah, Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
The Buffalo offense and Devin Singletary heading back out there. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game, because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. The Bills on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sanders. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big gain there for the Bills.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On the counter, this is Singletary. Dropped at the 35, so able to display his strength, but not much room to operate. Second down, here's an option right. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Allen going to throw. And he'll get this underneath to Singletary. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Finding Knox there, complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Here's Allen. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get 1 step. If you're within 1 step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legal.
Touchdown! It's complete. Cole Beasley from 8 yards out. And the Bills are an extra point away from taking the lead. Tyler Bass now for the point after. And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Back to the air on second down. Tagovailoa. Open man is Waddle, complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The Dolphins on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here comes Josh Allen and the Bills offense back onto the field. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the 1st. And they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
They'll run here with Singletary. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 2nd and 5. To throw, it's Allen. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Allen now looks to throw. And he'll go underneath here to Breida. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. And again, it's Allen. And this pass broken up. But the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
And let's shift our attention to Will Fuller. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter. Tua's throw here taken in by Gesicki. That catch good for only a couple. Tua going to try and go quickly here. Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Tua now on first down. Steps away. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, not much there that time. And I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
Looking to throw again on second down. Tua. That's going to be caught by Waddle. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Tua sets up to pass it. Escaping the pressure right. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. On first down, Tagovailoa. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. A.J. Epinesa picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Another try after the first down sack. Tua out to his left. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills taking the lead to the locker room. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. Let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, it was Josh Allen who was on target in that first half. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already. And that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So here are the Bills to take over. They're on top here as they've got the football first and 10, trying to erase the memory of the loss last week to the Pittsburgh Steelers. the gun, it's Allen. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On play action, Allen. Out to the left, he's got his tight end Knox. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Here's 2nd and a yard. Now Zach Moss played prep ball 8 miles from here in Hollandale Beach. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. Right back to Moss. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. Throw left side complete. That's Sanders. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 43. And certainly a valuable tool to have in your kit, Emmanuel Sanders, and he's shown us quite a bit in this one.
And that's why they wanted to use him immediately. You know they come out of the locker room saying, let's get the ball to him, get our offense jump-started, and in this case, it's worked throughout the game. Thus, they have the lead.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 43. Now Allen. And Diggs has it. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. 6 yards left on 2nd down. To the air, Allen. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. Their defense did its job, forcing the takeaway there to start the half, and now can the offense follow suit?
And you'd better believe that one side of the ball feeds off the work of the other, so they'll want to come out, establish some rhythm, and go down and take the lead.
Rolling to his left, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15. Another try after the 1st down sack. Tua, he'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Here's Tua. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And throw right side complete to Parker. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And we all remember when Devontae Parker was drafted, a first-round pick out of Louisville. Really hit his stride in 2019 with 1,200 yards. Numbers dipped a bit last year, but he can be a real dependable target for Tua Tagovailoa.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bills are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Singletary to get the drive started. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. 4 yards remain for 2nd down. Looking to throw. Allen. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Throwing now is Allen. And he finds Beasley complete. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. It's complete to Diggs. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Again, they'll throw with Allen. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Allen's throw here pulled in by Beasley. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And incomplete on the deep ball. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. Tua and the rest of the Dolphin offense back out on the field. And this is unfortunately for him a montage he's probably not going to want to keep here for his files.
And I'm not so sure that he would describe it as a spotlight, although it is beating down on him pretty well, as is the rush. He's been hit, harassed, uncomfortable. It's been a really, really tough day for him.
Been sacked 6 times. See all that pressure coming from all angles. Going deep here for Parker. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Tua. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Well, they did go run, so you were right. Maybe a little more breathing room for 4th down.
Well, no one wants to be accused of playing it safe, right? But instead, they would just reverse it and say, we're playing it smart.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Miami. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. And here comes a big tight end as he gets set for this next drive. And look at the numbers. They have gotten him more involved. I guess the question now, Charles, defensively, how do you make him less involved?
That's always a key question, isn't it? Sometimes other guys are starting to play really well and you shift your attention to them. You got to make sure you got full focus on him.
And I think the ball's out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Now Allen. There's that man again. It's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Sanders has it over the middle. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. This is a draw play. Allen gives to Singletary. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. 69 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On 1st down, they stick with Singletary. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun, Allen. And this is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
accept the penalty and move forward. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. It's the fullback. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills will extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Here comes Jalen Waddle from his end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
A nice substantial run there by Gaskin, who was the Dolphins' leading rusher in 2020. 584 total yards in just 7 starts, and got stronger as the season went on. Not bad for a 7th-round pick in 2019. He was drafted number 234 overall that season.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, that's not exactly how they drew that one up, nor practiced it, because on 1st down, you're trying to get some yardage to set up 2nd and 3rd down calls. In this case, had to drop it off to his running back. But, boy, they closed quickly on that one and stopped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Tua able to find Shaheen here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Tua going to throw. He's letting this one go for Fuller. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Bills are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Buffalo set to get the football back here.
And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here's Allen to throw it. Completes it to Davis. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. From the 31, Allen.
Open man is Marquez Stevenson.
This 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Allen. He'll dump this down to Matt Breida. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On the delay, here's Breida. And he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage with a penalty flag down. This might push him back further. On 2nd down, Singletary, and he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? Allen going to throw. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. They'll give him 4 yards there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now Allen again. They will find Davis. That's complete. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And over the middle, this is Parker. A gain of 6 there on 1st. To throw again on 2nd down. Tua throwing the out route incomplete. That's Parker. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. It's complete to Fuller. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Tua, open man is Waddle, complete.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And this is Parker, complete. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And again, it's Tagovailoa.
Well, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with a football. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Singletary again. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early. So that'll back him up 5. And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. To throw, it's Allen. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a 1st down.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line.
Myles Gaskin and the rest of the Dolphin offense ready to get back to work here.
After some early struggles running the ball, they've really picked it up. Early it just seemed like there were no holes there. Now all of a sudden the holes seem to be there. I don't know if that's just my imagination.
And give them credit that they kept their confidence, because sometimes when you get stuffed big in the running game early, especially for an entire half, it really makes you retreat a little bit, but not this group. They always have the confidence. If they just get their assignments down, they get in sync with their runners, and off they went.
Second down and 3.
Now Tua. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And that is incomplete here.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They're hitting it just 30%, 3 for 10. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 44-yard line. Tua setting up shop to throw again. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
He was looking for Jalen Waddle there.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tua. And to the 36-yard line. Taken down there after getting 8 yards. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Tua sets up to pass it.
Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
On first down, Tagovailoa. Out left to Shaheen. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive. And here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10.
And they give this time to the tailback. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. A gain of 3, second down. Looking to pass. Tua. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. On the handoff, it's Gaskin. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on second and goal? And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Third and goal. And keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Gaskin. And this time he is in. Myles Gaskin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Tua going to try and throw for it.
Oh, no, he lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills.
It's funny to me because we actually keep a football in the booth with us during games. And I notice you cradling the football. You got it tucked pretty tight with the points of pressure here. And that didn't occur on that play, did it?
Now, you saying I wouldn't have fumbled if I was down there?
You would not have fumbled. You got that thing locked in tight.
I also have really large biceps. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Stevenson now, he's going to bring this out. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Now Allen. Caught right side, Davis. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
85 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
They'll run on 1st down with Moss.
And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Back to throw. Allen. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Certainly fair to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be from 56 yards out. And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
So Tua and the Dolphins down by 5. Just over 1:40 to play. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now, this was still going to be a 1-score game either way, but still, that's a potentially harmful miss here in the 4th.
It certainly is, because if you consider that now if they give up a touchdown, they give up the lead. So he might be getting the side eye by the defenders coming out on the field now as he goes back to the bench after that miss.
Now Tua. And that's into the hands of Gesicki.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Tua to throw.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
Here's Tua.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
The Bills on their way to victory now as they take the knee. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And they take a knee. So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
Allen down to a knee, and that should just about do it. Good bounce back win. They take the knee. Can't stop the clock defensively. Tough opening week loss, but now 1-1.
Shows that they handled things really well. A lot of teams panic after a week 1 loss, and they start to think that the sky's falling. This team realized it was a long season, and they feel very talented, and they get it done in this one.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Buffalo, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory.
And they will head home for next week's contest. That is against Washington.
Meanwhile, for Miami, they will fall to 1-1. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.